Hey, welcome. I'm Joost. I have planned a workshop about using AI on a fun way and an easy way so everybody can understand it without any technical skills. So today I will teach you how you can make uh, creations with your own body and to use the point of your nose, for example, to create a clown's nose over it, or to use it as a game control for a game, or other creative possibilities. Um, let's open the documentation I sent in the YouTube description. If you go to the YouTube link and then open in the description this link, I have put all the links that you can follow and copy code with. The first thing I'm going to explain is B5. B5 is the editor tool we are going to work in. With this you can create easy code, so it's code for the beginner. Then I'm going to explain where you can reference material, so you can check how you can create a line or a square or use your camera. Um, then we're going to test the camera you have, and we are going to um, and I'm going to explain how the recognition system of your body works. And after that we can build it. So the editor, this is the editor. This is an online editor, so you can use it in any web browser. The only thing you need, well, is handy. It's not necessary, but I will do it. Is to log in here. Right above you have a little link called login or sign up if you don't have an account already. So for me it's login, and I'm going to log in with my Google. And now I'm logged in. Mine is dark because I have in the settings here above, I have set the theme to dark. It is finer for my eyes. My eyes won't be so sleepy if I use this a lot. So it's calming for your eyes to use a dark theme. Um, Here you have some text in the left. So you put in what you want in the left, and in the right you have the preview. And in preview you can see what you put in the left. So if you set in the left, I want a square with a white background and a line around it of 1 pixel black, then you will get that. Right now we have created a canvas. A canvas is what you see in the preview of 400 x, so x, and 400 I. So the canvas will be 400 by 400, and with a background. So the canvas has a background of 222, and that is the color. You can also do put yellow into it, so you get a yellow background. So like this, and if you put 3 times 2, you get probably black or white, and 2 times 2 is different again, and you get a different background. So you have created here some text with a canvas and a background, and then the preview knows, oh, there is a canvas with a background in it. And that's how the program works. If you want to use more stuff, then there are explanations in the reference of this program, and that is the second link to open. So if you go back to the documentation, you can open the second link. this is all the items you can use. So you have colors, you have images, you have shapes, you have typography, and all kind of difficult stuff. So we are only going to use probably the shape today and the program of the recognition of your body. If you go to the shapes, you have a quad, what is like a square, but only then not square like 90 degrees, but maybe 180 and 60. So this has a quad and you can copy and use it. And for every point of the quad, there is a coordinate. So I said you create a canvas of 400 by x, 400x, for example, by 400i. So you can use those x and i's in the 400. So for example, 200 was the middle. So if you have 200 by 200 xi, we have exactly the middle point. So then you put, for example, the first point in the middle. So if you need to know how you can create something, you can look in here and for example you can get a curve, what is a line, and you can just copy the code, and there is also a description about how it works and what it does and how you can change it. So you can just read this documentation to get used with it. So let's go test our camera. Let's open the link for the webcam code. So over here I have created a setup. Setup are like settings. So and so you have again the canvas with window. So maybe it's now 400 by 400. I'm going to change this to here. And this is important to open also, because then you can know if your camera is working or not. So you have created a capture and a canvas in the setup. So the capture is the camera, and you are going to put an image in it with the capture. So if you right now push the play button, it's going to play your output. And as you see, I don't have a camera, so I need to fix this. It says error here, so. finally fixed the camera. In my settings of my Chrome, I changed the camera to a different one. So that's a problem that I'm probably only gonna get. But if you have the same, you can change the camera settings in your Chrome. So over here you have the camera, and I had here not my Logitech but a different one. So now my camera is finally working and I can continue. Alright. Let's go to the program for the recognition. This is the website for the friendly machine learning for the web. And if you go to getting started, and in the left there's going to be a menu. Alright, with PostNet, and that's beneath image, it's PostNet. This is the description, and this is all very difficult code, and I have a tutorial how you can use this on an easier way. So we don't gonna follow this documentation, but I have put the links. For example, the first one I'm going to explain how to use the basic of PostNet. So this is more hard coded, so difficult code. So we have opened the link 6, 5, explain the first PostNet, and that's this one. And if we push the play button on this, we are getting our camera again, and in the console you have objects. So in the console we have information about what the program is seeing. So it's, as I already said, it's seeing our nose point, for example, or our elbows or hands. And if you pause it again, you can see what the positions of. So you need to unwrap one object to the bottom. So you get over here, you get key points. So the coordinates, the x and the y coordinates of your nose, for example. And if you open the first one, 0, it's nose. So the prediction of this is pretty accurate. So 1 is totally 100%, and this is like 99. So and over here in the code you have again a setup with a canvas and a video with the camera and the PostNet code. And in the code poses function you have the nose eye, so the position of the nose on the eye, so on this, and that is poses 0. So 0 is this, so that's the nose. If I change it to 1, I can see over here it's the eye. So I change this to 1 and I get the eye. So this becomes the eyes. But for now we are going to use 0. Let's open the sixth link and press the play button again. So over here I have created a little green button that sees when you get below a certain point of the camera capture. So if it gets up now, the point's also getting up and I need to jump. So it gets, and if I get above this point, for example, right this, it becomes green. So I have set so now I'm going to explain how the positions exactly work. So we have this code again, and for the nose eye I have the key point 0, and the key points are, as I said, if you unpack an object, you have multiple objects, and 0 is the nose, and 1 is the left eye. So if I change this to 1, so I copy this, that's easier. So I'm going to create now one for the left eye. Left eye. And I say key point 1, because over here you have also in object 1 the left eye. So now it's going to get the left eye. And if we are going to test this in the previous one that was with the colors, that's 6, and we're going to change the nose here to left eye, left eye, eye, and we choose 1 over here. It's going to focus on our left eye. So right now it's going to use our left eye. Alright, now we know how to use the poses and how you can control them. So so now I'm going to explain how to use an image with it in the 10 documentation. So here I have created a nose X, a nose eye, your eyes. So you have I1 is the left eye, I2 is the right eye, and you have your shoulder and wrists. So you know the shoulder and the eyes, and I've put some image over it and some text. So I'm going first to explain how you get some text. Now I only have the eyes and the text. Over here I have text called Willy Soup with the shoulder eye. So this is a very shoulder stance. So if I put this to the eyes, it's going to follow my eyes. So right now it's on my eyes. Alright. For the image I have loaded in an image here above in the settings, and I have loaded in an image for you already. And if you want to know how you can do that, you can go to the documentation and get the link for reference and look up there for so you're going to scroll down to image and you're going to use load image, and then you can read how you can do this. So I have in the draw function I have created an image for the chicken with the shoulder X and I points, so it stands on the shoulders, and for the eyes I have the X and I of the first eye and a second eye with the second eye. So this is the final work. I have used the nose and the eyes and shoulder again, and I have loaded in an extra image for the moustache, which is called moustache over here, and I have the eyes. So if you want to now change your moustache again to a chicken, you're just going to copy this, and this is the best method to learn how it works. Is just to experiment some and to put some chicken on your nose, for example, or